What's good, people? This is Uncle Hotep back at it again. How y'all doing? You know, it's Malcolm X's birthday today. Yeah, I know everybody was tuning into Meghan and Meghan and Prince Harry. Anyway, I don't know. I don't believe they had the nerve to have a wedding on the day of Malcolm X's birthday. You know what I mean? What the hell, Meghan? Are you supposed to be American, Black American? It's supposed to be Black American, but whatever. The way I feel about Malcolm, I'll probably make a video every year on his birthday, or the day he assassinated as well. The fact that Martin Luther King gets a national holiday and this man doesn't is beyond the pale to me. If anyone deserved, any African American deserved a national holiday named after him, is this man right here. You see what I'm saying? And I think it was my generation that was starting to we wasn't feeling Martin Luther King's speeches. You know what I mean? Even though we're well past after his death, but in the African American, I call it the Shine community, them guys was the 60s. It was held up to a high standard. You know what I mean? It was almost legends, almost like demigods. You know what I'm saying? They made up, Thor and Lady Sif, and what I mean? It was that type of lore to Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? And especially when after his the movie came out, Spike Lee did that. That was a big thing. You know what I mean? That was a real big thing. People was really on that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna play this speech right here, right? And when I heard this speech, I heard this man, I probably had this for 3 or 4 years now. It blew my mind. But this was what this is what he was really about. I mean, when I first got on YouTube and I started, I just went through all of his shit, man. I went through a lot of people's stuff. This was a couple years ago, Claude Anderson, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I listened to a lot of Dr. Khalid, Malcolm X. I listened to a lot of Malcolm X. I was just listening. You know what I mean? See what I wanted to picture myself in their times they were growing up in. They were in. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that he says, maybe it can't be applied today, but I think a lot of it stuff can be. And one thing that kills me is the women are saying, he has a quote saying, the black woman is the most disrespected, in the world. Now, I think at the time, but he also, maybe at the time that was likely true, but fast forward to today, he also had a speech, right, where he said he just went, that's just after he went to Africa and Arab nations, right, when just visited, and he said it depend where the country I was going, how it was doing, how it was faring. It depended on the women of that country. If the women were well educated, and then the men and the people of that country were well educated. If the women were being deprived, then the country was being deprived. And then if the women were being he didn't actually say degenerate. I can't remember the word, but it was equivalent to degenerate. He said that's how it would be. And as you can see, there's a education gap between black women and black men. They're starting to lead it's tilting in the black women's way. But that's just not applying to the men. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to leave somebody here. You're supposed, if you get ahead, then you're supposed to pull back and bring them with you. And that's just not where we're going. We're just going. Y'all just want to go. Wait, wrong hand. Yeah, and just go like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm getting off topic. But he was true with what he was saying with that. You know what I mean? It's a perfect illustration of what's happening to Black America today. But I wanted to play this, and because this is mind blowing, and this is literally the Hotep concept in his speech right here.
Our program is directed toward the man in the street. And what we do with that man, instead of trying to change the white man, we change the mind of the black man and make him accept himself.
Let me run that back for y'all. Let me run this back for you, A. Shabazz, since I think you changed your AV, A. Shabazz, but you've had Malcolm looking out the window with the hammer, you know what I mean, with the blicky. Let's play this again.
Malcolm X. Our program is directed toward the man in the street. And what we do with that man, instead of trying to change the white man, we change the mind of the black man and make him accept himself.
Now, I feel that this sentence is like, this is what I've always been saying. I'm like, you're not going to change. If white folks don't like you, that's all right. That's cool. That's fine. All right, bet. Cool. You know what I mean? This is what I've learned when I grew up in Exeter, Pennsylvania, man. I'm like, some white folks just ain't going to like it. That's cool. It's not like I was begging to go over their house or anything like that. But just somebody ain't going to like you. That's cool. I mean, some will fuck with you, pause, but I mean, it'd be all right. You know what I mean? I gotta run it back one more time.
Malcolm X. Our program is directed toward the man in the street. And what we do with that man, instead of trying to change the white man, we change the mind of the black man and make him accept himself.
We change the mind of the black man to make him accept himself. That's why I also feel that's needed. You know, it's like we're seeking acceptance. You know what I mean? And when seeking acceptance, we're trying to change the minds of the white man. But if we accepted ourselves, you know what I mean, we wouldn't have to bother with that. And this is what I keep saying to the people that ask me, like, I'm like, shit, I'm just putting off ideas. I'm like, model ourselves off the Indians that come over here. How can you not observe what they're doing and not get it? They mess with themselves. They accept themselves. We don't do that. We want to get in the bracket circles. That's what we want to do. It's a shame, man. I'm going to play it.
Malcolm X. And as soon as he accepts himself, he'll solve his own problem. He won't be trying to force himself into your factory and into your bedroom and into your kitchen. If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education.
This is deep right here.
And come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and no education. And set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. Since Lincoln was supposed to have freed the black man 100 years ago.
Lincoln was supposed to free the black man 100 years ago. He was just barring them up. Do are y'all peeping these bars Malcolm was saying? And he don't got a national holiday? Man. And Martin.
And today the black man, according to the government economist, has spending power of $20 billion per year.
$20 billion a year spending power. That's what the African American, the Akata, the Shine had spending power back then. Now listen to what he says next.
We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called Negro leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants and integrate white factories and force themselves into what the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own. And then we won't have to force our way into his anymore.
That shit was heavy. That shit was heavy. And, you know, I think deep down, a lot of blacks know that, you know this, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of blacks are in denial. You know what I mean? It's up to us. It's not up to fighting racism and all this other bullshit. It's up to us to succeed. You know what I mean? And we don't have the moral, we don't have the moral standing to complain about it when we can do it ourselves. Regardless or not, the white man came over here and did that. Made those businesses. And I'm not, don't even bring, Ace Shabazz, don't bring it up that cotton shit, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't fucking want to hear that shit, man. That's just one industry. They came over and did that. Why can't we do the same? We're here now. We've been here now. You know, there's nothing stopping us. Except people like Ace Shabazz want to cry about the white folks all day. This is your man, Ace Shabazz. This is what I'm talking about. And this is what I talk about in my videos. Yet you people like you call me the coon. Happy birthday, Malcolm X, man. Like I said, man, take that holiday from Martin Luther King and give it to Brother Malcolm. Peace.